Welcome to the MoneyWise Channel. On this channel, we're going to talk about inspirational events and a lot of great money things. I'm going to give my reaction to what I saw, and maybe it'll leave you inspired, ready to push your way through the day and do something great. People send me videos, I watch it, and then I just give my opinion because I know sometimes you might not have the time to watch it because you got to go to work or you got to do something. So you can put the headphones on or whatever and kind of hear what's going on in the world, hear different money things, inspire yourself to go get what you need to do and just continue to push through. It's a tough time, and I just want to see everybody push through and be great, So here we go. Today we're going to be talking about a person by the name of James Cruz. The name of the interview was James Cruz interview on how 50 Cent turned $50,000 into $4.1 billion. It's James Cruz interview on how 50 Cent turned $50,000 into $4.1 billion. That right there catches your attention, right? Like, what? 50 did what? So I said, I got to watch this. So I sat down and I was checking it out. And this is the thing. Before we get to about what 50 Cent did, we have to tell you who James Cruz is. So James Cruz, because you guys might not know. So let me tell you that, give you some backstory. James Cruz is a marketing management type of guy. He worked also for Bad Boy Entertainment for many years as the president, and he managed Sean Diddy Combs, and together he worked with Sean Combs and his businesses for about 18 years. So he's a veteran. He put a lot of time in. His name rings bells for people that understand the business side of the music business and entertainment field. A lot of the fans might not know who James Cruz is, but if you understand the business, then you know who James Cruz is. He also led campaigns for like SanDisk, UFC. He also ran campaigns for Violator Management. And the owner of that was Chris Lighty. So through Violator Management, he worked with Chris Lighty, which was the president of that, and that's how he ended up getting to know 50 Cent and how they worked together on the vitamin water deal. So I hope all that makes sense. I just like to give a background. Now, for those that may be confused and don't understand who 50 Cent is, let's throw a little information on him. 50 Cent, real name Curtis Jackson, from Queens, New York. He lived with his grandmother in the basement. He ended up signing with Eminem and Dr. Dre at Interscope Records, becoming a big multi-platinum rapper. He started G-Unit Clothing. 50 Cent was very broke before his fame, though. We have to understand that. He was also a street hustler and was shot 9 times in front of his grandmother's house before his fame. After he was shot, he was down and he had to heal. So by healing, he started working out. As you see in his first big video, he was working out. He pushed health very big, and he started building up his body. During his time when he got his deal, though, with Eminem and Dr. Dre, he was offered many liquor deals. Most time you see most of the rappers, especially hardcore rappers, gangster rappers, they're pushing alcohol. Like Tupac pushed was Alizé, and then I think Snoop had another drink. Yeah, Diddy with Ciroc. It's just natural that usually they push the spirits, so, kicking it, club type stuff. But he didn't want to do that because he was actually working out a lot. He, like I said, trying to get his body, keep his body maintained. And he got tired of drinking just plain water. So he saw this stuff called vitamin water with different flavors. And he started drinking. He was like, oh, my God, I would like to drink this. So when he talked to them, he talked to Chris Lighty. He was like, Chris, can you set me up a meeting with them? I would like to get involved in that. I don't want to do a spirit or alcohol. So Chris Lighty got with James Cruz. They set up a meeting with the company called Glaceau. Glaceau is the one that actually owns Vitamin Water. They found out that the company was actually in New York. So they set up the meeting, went and talked to them. And on 50, they all got together. And then Glaceau sat down with them. And what they did is they showed them the different waters that had different flavors. 50 was checking it out, but he was like, if you want the urban market, because he understood his market and he understood what he liked, you know, he said, if you want that, what we need to do is have grape. And they said, well, we don't have grape. That would take another amount of money to actually put that on the product line. So 50 said, hey, instead of y'all giving me money, because I know that's what y'all want to do, y'all are pretty excited that I would want to sponsor your business. You guys could cut me a check, but let's not do that. Y'all keep the check and let me reach in my pocket and let me put in $50,000. So instead of them paying him, he paid in so they would actually invent his own formula, which is Formula 50, which is a grape flavor, and he would get 10% of that. So instead of them just paying him a check and he promoted for a little bit and then walk away, he said, I want to get in the business. So he got 10% of Formula 50 within Glaceau, the company. So when he did that, now he's actually a business owner. He's actually part of it. He's not just promoting it, he's part of it. So after he did that, he took his flavor and went and promoted his flavor. And he start growing the company, you know, and as he continued to grow the company, because he put it like all in his videos, you know, everywhere he went, he was drinking it, he was working out, and he was really drinking it. So even when people would see him just walking around, he had it in his hand. So he was showing off his sneakers with Reebok, he was showing his G-Unit clothing, all his people was drinking it, plus he was doing shows, working out, and everybody, you saw vitamin water everywhere. Formula 50, he was drinking it. So by doing that, he got 10% of the stakes. And now he was actually an owner in the company. So when it came time for Coca Cola, saw how big it was because it was everywhere, and they came in and bought it for $4.1 billion. 50 Cent was able to receive around $500 million, somewhere in there, just because of his 10% stake. Now that's just good business. That's just good business. That was someone sticking to who they were, knew who he was, understood that this is something actually he needed. So he was willing to have it with him all the time anyway. And anywhere he went, they was taking pictures of him. And it just worked. Every interview, he had it there because he was drinking water anyway. So it all just worked out. Now today, you know, he has other things that of alcohols today. But this is where he started because this is what he needed. It worked for him. I say never get behind a brand at the point that you don't want to push it all the time. And he became the face of it, and it paid him very, very well. It just made a lot of sense. And that's why you always got to stick to your stuff. You got to think. Most people's like, you want to sell water. You know, you're a gangster rapper. You should have this, but you got to always be you. You got to be excited about being you, and you got to know you when nobody else says. The Bible says, know thyself. Know yourself. Be excited about yourself. I say stay excited about life. You know, I hope you got something out of this. I'm looking forward to dropping more videos today to keep you inspired. You know, faith without works is dead. Keep your eyes out for the small things as you're doing the big things. You see, Fifth was doing it big already, but he still was thinking about that water. Keep your eyes out for the small things as you're doing the big things. Like and subscribe to this MoneyWise channel for more wisdom in the future. And remember, the plans may change, but the goals stay the same. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next video. Yep.